going, guys? Good morning and welcome to another video. Just knocked out 8 miles, 57 minutes, 17 seconds at a 7:10 minute per mile pace. This week I've started to increase running mileage a little bit. And something I was thinking about on that run this morning that I want to really reinforce in this video moving into the rest of this Hyrox prep is that not all of my workouts are Hyrox focused and specific. And I know a lot of the training sessions that we share on social media or that we will share throughout this prep showcase some of these Hyrox simulation workouts, but that's a small portion of the actual training. Right now I'm running 6 days a week, about 50-ish miles. We'll start ramping that up closer to 60 miles. I'm lifting weights, strength training, 4 to 5 days a week, and then 2 Hyrox circuit workouts. Some of that is race specific, some of that is skill focused, some of it is just time spent on erg, on the bike, on the rower, on the ski. And then there's some key areas of focus in between or within each. So for strength, we're focused on hypertrophy, we're focused on strength, we're focused on power, which are 3 different levers that we can work on and try to improve to get stronger, to get faster. And then within running, there's easy runs, like the run I did today was just a chill pace. And then there's tempo runs, there's critical velocity on the track, there's compromised running that we're doing within some of these big circuit workouts. But I wanted to really just set the stage that not every day or every other day is one of these circuits. It's just part of the training. Breakfast every morning. I'm trying to be quiet because my family's still asleep. We got 3 ounces of salmon that I prep every week, half cup of egg whites, 2 whole eggs, 1 banana, and then a piece of sourdough with some Kerrygold butter and sea salt. This is breakfast. Morning post-run cocktail: 1 scoop of strong greens, 1 scoop of strong reds, 1 scoop of creatine, which is 5 grams of creatine. And if you're gonna take creatine, make sure you're taking Crea Pure, the most pure and studied form of creatine monohydrate on the market. We only and have only ever used Crea Pure. So we have had our son Nico home for about 3 weeks now. And having a toddler in the home, a 2-year-old and a newborn, has been interesting. It's come with its challenges. And we've definitely had to modify our lifestyle and our routines a lot to fit those changes, which is pretty obvious. And it's definitely not a season that is abundant in sleep, because we're waking him up twice throughout the middle of the night to feed him. Each feeding takes about 45 minutes. Steph and I are both waking up. So just like the lack of sleep and then broken sleep has obviously affected recovery as I'm in this training block right now. So more now than ever before, I'm applying auto-regulation. I've always been a big fan of auto-regulation, which is really just the ability to modify your training based off of your life, your schedule, your recovery, how you're feeling. So I'm approaching this training block, this prep, almost day to day. And I have my workouts scheduled for the next couple of weeks, but when I wake up in the morning, depending on how we slept the night before, how I'm recovering from previous workouts, I will modify, sometimes, not all the times, but modify my training so that I don't continue to dig myself into a hole and then I can keep progressing. Obviously, we want to apply progressive overload, but there's a difference between progressive overload and digging yourself into a hole over and over and over again. I've always been a fan of auto-regulation, but especially in seasons of life like right now, I think it's more important than ever before. And if you're going through a season of life that's busy, maybe you have a lot of stressors that are new or just frequent in your life in this moment, feel free to apply auto-regulation to your training and just modify based off of how you're feeling, how you're progressing, how you're recovering, so you can keep making progress and you're not stuck to this rigid structure and schedule that doesn't work for you right now. Charlie, are you doing push-ups just there? You're holding a plank right now. You are holding a plank. Are you working on your core strength? What are you doing? Like, do you see what you're doing right now? Are you doing push-ups?
No. She's tired.
You want to see the camera?
Yeah.
Is this you?
Huh?
Can you say good morning?
Right.
What do you want to do this morning?
Yeah.
Did you sleep good?
Titania?
Charlie Chino?
No.
You want Charlie Chino?
Mom?
Yep, Mom's downstairs. So are the puppies?
Yeah.
And your baby brother?
Puppies and cockats.
What's that?
Puppies, cockats.
Puppies?
Yeah.
You want to go see the puppies?
Yeah. Mommy go, Mother being camera. Oh, she's tired.
You want to see Charlie?
Yeah.
There you are.
Oh. This is a can. I see.
That's a microphone. How'd you sleep?
I get the calm.
I think the puppies are coming to see you right now.
Okay.
Can you call for Remy girl?
Mommy go.
Remy girl.
Come here.
Come here, Remy girl.
Mommy.
Here she comes. There she is. There's Remy girl.
Voila.
Ryder's coming next. Hi, Remy girl. Come
Hello.
here, Rye. Call for him.
Voila.
Ryder.
Voila.
Here he comes. There's Ryder. There's your puppies. They're here. All right, let's go downstairs, have some breakfast, okay? Pants. All right, hop on. There we go. Your hair is cool. I mean, that's like the coolest hair I've ever seen. I'm pretty jealous, actually. That is like a flow. Wow. So cool. So today's training session is strength focused in the beginning. We're doing some shoulders, doing some core, some pushing movements, and then I'm going to move into a row focused session. It's going to be intervals. It's 10 intervals, 500 meters on the row per interval, 60 seconds of rest in between each. All right, last thing we're gonna do, strength-wise, before moving into triceps, or should I say shoulders before moving into triceps, is some front plate raises. I like to grab a 45-pound plate and almost hold it at like the 4 and the 8 o'clock position. A little lower than midway. Control the whole way through. 8. It's 10. Let's get 15. Do that for 3 sets total. One of my favorite things that Mark Bell says is that strength is never a weakness and weakness is never a strength. Doesn't matter what you're training for. Strength training will always be your friend. It will never be a weakness. So for triceps, we're gonna finish with a giant set, 3 giant sets, which is gonna be 3 movements. So the first movement is gonna be rope, cable, tricep extensions. I'll do about 12 to 15 reps, and then going into dips, body weight dips, pretty much as many reps as possible. And then I'll get down on the ground and I'll do like a variation of a diamond close grip push-ups with all the concentration of that movement and contraction being on the tricep and trying to eliminate the chest as much as possible. So those are the 3 movements for that giant set. Last movement right here. Let's get 10. Let's get 10. Thanks. 8. Well, that's the strength portion of the workout. Let's do some rowing. I'm gonna do 10 intervals on the rower. Each interval is 500 meters. Rest period is 60 seconds. The reason we're doing this workout is 1, I want to become more efficient on the rower. So it's just getting in the repetitions. It's working on form. It's working on my power output, my efficiency on the machine. So we're refining some skill, but it's also getting some good aerobic capacity work. About 30 minutes of aerobic capacity work in at the end of this workout. This morning, I did 8 miles easy. So 8 miles, at like a 7:22 minute per mile pace. And this afternoon, got some strength work in, gonna get some time on the rower, and it just adds to the house we're building. Another brick laid in this prep. All right, so 10 rounds. .136.8 the last one. So here are my 500 meter splits: 136, 139, 138, 139, 139, 138, 138, 139, 137, 136. So I held under 140 per 500, which is what I was shooting for, and that is that's 5,000 meters of rowing in 26 minutes 24 seconds. That's obviously with the rest in between, but that's today's workout. We had some shoulder and push strength, and then 5,000 meters on the rower with 10 intervals, 500 meters each. So right now we are heading to Helix Sports Medicine to work with Dr. Jordan Tittle. Came across Dr. Jordan actually through a few people at BPN. Josh and Joe go to Dr. Jordan frequently, and he does a lot of work on them, just back-wise, lower body, muscular, PT. Josh is dealing with some marathon prep injuries right now. Joe is kind of always dealing with some back injuries, and they've said absolutely amazing things about Dr. Jordan. So I'm gonna go get some work done, and probably starting to get some work done on a weekly basis moving forward, just with the volume and intensity and new style of movements in this training. I'm definitely feeling some issues starting to flare up in my back, especially my lower back. And I would say like an added stressor on top of that is having a newborn at home, and just, you know, the football position of giving a bottle in the middle of the night. My neck has just been jacked up recently. So we're gonna get some work done, preventative work, because as we get deeper into this prep, I know the volume and intensity is just going to increase, and we want to stay healthy. We want to get ahead of it before it becomes an issue. So we'll see what kind of work he's going to do to me today. Also, never missing an opportunity to miss a meal. This is meal number 3 for the day. This is a pre-training meal, 12:36 p.m. We got overnight oats, which is some of our vegan protein and whey protein, honey, dates, and blueberries. I just got off a podcast, actually. I was on a podcast with Rich Ryan, Ryan Kent, Meg Jacoby, which is the RMR podcast. It's a Hyrox specific podcast. It's actually one that I've been listening to a lot recently, just to learn more about the sport, the event, the training. It's been super insightful and very helpful. But I was on their podcast, the RMR podcast. So we just got into that. Me and Landry on the road, fueling up. Can't miss a meal. Calories matter. Carbs matter. Proteins matter. If it matters to you, you will make time. trying to do right now is like preventative.
Sure.
But also, like, I can just feel some right before I actually hit.
Yeah. Is it always that right side?
Doing what? Just like smooth. Nope. Go. Heavy weight on my back, and then my head is like turtling forward.
I'm terrible on this stuff. You know what I mean?
God, you're so sensitive. My calves are so sensitive.
We basically utilize this just to kind of overload some sensory information. I don't know if you've ever heard that term where like you hit something and you're like, oh, rub it, you'll make it feel better. It's just gonna out-sensory your pain stimulus. So a lot of times I'll be able to do this with patients that are in like this chronic pain that can't move at all. I do this, and then for a split like 15, 20 minutes, I can take them out to the floor, have them move in different ways they haven't been able to in a while, and enhance like some healing factors of just mobility and movement. So it's really cool.
Why should I
Like, so those needles are causing like little micro traumas into the tissue. And our body just like senses it, responds to it, heals it pretty fast. But anything bigger, you know, it's like you gotta go get stitches, or you know, it's wild how our bodies are programmed.
I'd be crazy not to fall. Follow where you lead. They tell me tell me you're the phantom. I follow to the end.
That's fine. But always be on the side, right?
Yeah, they're all on the side, so.
Well, it's just so conveniently located. Easy Tiger Bake Shop right next to where Dr. Jordan's shop is at. So we had to get some sourdough. I'm not cheating on Steph's sourdough, I promise, but I like to expand my sourdough selections at home sometime. So Landry and I both got a nice loaf of Hill Country sourdough. That's a good looking loaf right there. It's a great looking loaf. Also picked up some of their sourdough everything pretzel bagels, which look and smell delightful. So we got the goods. We got acupuncture, got massaged. Dr. Jordan did some work on my butt cheeks. We got sourdough. Let's roll. So this afternoon's training session is a Hyrox circuit. Now this workout is 6 rounds. Each round is a 1K ski, and then 20 meters of burpee broad jump, 1K run, 20 meters of burpee broad jump, and then 25 wall balls. So I personally like these about hour-long Hyrox focused training sessions that are a combination of some of the functional movements that we'll be doing in the competition, but then also compromised running. So as you see, like before the 1K run, we have 20 meters of burpee broad jump, heart rate's gonna get elevated, and then right after the 1K run, another 20 meters of burpee broad jump. So I think this workout will take me roughly an hour. And then pre-workout before this session, we're gonna do 1 scoop of G1M Sport. So I want some carbs and some electrolytes for this workout. 20 grams of carbs, 350 milligrams of sodium, and then we're gonna do a scoop of Flight pre-workout. So I want the stims, I want the energy, I want the focus, I want to bring the intensity. But I've been loving these, like I said, just these 60-minute long Hyrox circuits where you really just like fall into a a rhythm and you just hammer away. You just chip away at the work. So we'll mix this up, start warming up, hop on the bike for about 5 to 10 minutes, do some stretches, and then jump into the workout.
You didn't wake up today. I didn't get to see your face.
1K ski, 20-meter burpee broad jump, 1K run, 20-meter burpee broad jump, 25 wall balls. 6 times.
So sad we ended up here. So sad, but everything's clear. Could I save your life if I pressed rewind? I wish I could go back to November last year. One day in another 10 weeks. I never even got to hear your heartbeat. Last year feels like a past life. We said forever on the very first night. Yeah. So sad we ended up here. So sad, but everything's clear. Could I save your life if I pressed rewind? I wish I could go back to November last year. Obviously, I never wanted to write this song. Promise to me that when the stars shine bright, you'll take a comet to me. To show me you're still there eternally. So sad we ended up here. So sad, but everything's clear. Tell me, could I save your life if I press rewind? I wish I could go back to November last year, when it was still so beautiful. It was so damn beautiful. It was so damn beautiful.
Woo!
Toss your rope.
Yep. That was a sweat one. I'll tell you what, of all the years of training, my sweat has never smelled really bad. But dude, these Hyrox workouts, my sweat, like my shit smells. Like my shoes are disgusting.
I think that to myself all the time too after some of my workouts. I'm like, am I using enough body wash? I was like, am I that?
Like of all like the runs I've done, all the marathons, my stuff has never smelled like this. It's horrible. All right, so that workout, that was a great session. You should try that one.
How long did it take you?
That took me 1 hour and 9 minutes. Yeah, my goal with that one was 1K repeats compromised.
Mm-hmm.
My compromised running is starting to feel a whole lot more comfortable.
You're starting to, I was watching you while you were running, you were even like leaning forward and you seemed relaxed while you were compromised running. That was your last set. So for you to look like that on your last set, that says a lot.
Yeah, that was a 3:30 my last set.
That's cool.
They were all sitting like 3:30.
3:30s?
Yeah, I think that for me is going to be a staple because I can feel I'm building fitness in these workouts. And the more I do them, the deeper into the workout I get, the more comfortable I'm becoming. And I can hold these splits per repeat pretty consistently.
I found that out last week when I was doing a workout, and I was like 50 minutes in, and I was starting to negative split my ski and row. And that's like a good marker for me when I'm starting to get fit. When I'm getting deeper into the workout, I'm past 40 minutes, and I'm like, oh, I can actually ski a little bit harder now. I can row harder.
Yeah.
And for me, that's like a great marker. So it's just, 13 weeks, man.
13 weeks.
13 weeks.
That was a great session. That was a great session. You know, some of these workouts I program, and I have an idea of the effort that I'm gonna have to give and how long it's gonna take. But sometimes just slipping one movement in before another will completely change the perceived effort on, say, the ski or the row or the run, because during these sessions, your heart rate, it's not like a run, you go out and run, your heart rate stays pretty consistent. During these sessions, once you get into the movement, you can settle your heart rate. For example, when I'm 200 meters in on the assault runner, I can settle into a pace. But coming off of burpee brawl jumps, my heart rate's up, so you're controlling this variable heart rate throughout the entire workout. And when you finally find a rhythm, you can just repeat that, in this case, 6 times. And that's what's fun about it. The variability of the effort, the heart rate, where you can push, where you have to let off a little bit, strategically pacing so you can be consistent, hold a good effort, finish strong. That was good. I was sweaty. All right, shout out to Josh for getting me this cape type blanket for my truck, because when I leave these workouts at the end of the day at BPN, I'm drenched in sweat, and I've just been hopping in my truck, and I'm sure like in these perforated seats there is sweat that is going to be there forever and ever and ever. But now Josh gifted me with this thing, this blanket to put on my seat so that I don't ruin my seats with all my sweat. Such a thoughtful present. Thanks, Josh. You're the best.
Okay, so this is our first time utilizing the double 2 children family of 4 configuration on the stroller. What do you think, Char?
Do you like it? You can sit with your brother now.
She kind of gets gypped though, because now she has to look at us again instead of looking out. But this is pretty great. Now we can go on some walks now that it's cooler here. You want to go on a walk with your brother?
Yeah.
Yeah. You look huge. She looks like she's literally 5 now.
Ready?
Ready?
How old are you?
1,
No, you're 2.
How old are you?
1,
2.
No. How old?
2.
Yes. Knuckles. Boom. Here's what we got going on for dinner tonight. Crock pot. Don't sleep on the crock pot. The crock pot is and always will be undefeated. So before I left for work today, which was 8:45 a.m., I put this food in here, put it on low. Right now it is 5:03 p.m. Whoa! And it's done. So here's what we got going on. I have a chuck roast in there. You probably can't see it. It's under all the stuff. Bone-in chuck roast. There's the bone right there. I also tried something different. I threw a New York strip in there as well. Bone-in New York strip. See how that turns out. And then we just got potatoes and carrots. And this is all done. I just seasoned the meat, threw in a few cloves of garlic, and dinner is that easy. It's all done. Now we just got to plate it. Here it is plated. The family is gathering at the table. I got some New York strip there. Excited to see how that turned out in the crock pot. The roast. So I have 10 ounces of beef, 10 ounces of potatoes, some carrots, and then this meal just felt like it needed some sauerkraut. So we have some sauerkraut there.
Prayers.
All right, hands. God is great, God is good. Let us thank Him for food. By His hands we all are fed. Thank you, Lord, for the daily bread. Amen. Is that amen? Eat your carrot. A roast in the crock pot is one of my favorite things. We grew up on a lot of roasts in the crock pot, and they always need ketchup. That's good. Sauerkraut, roast, and ketchup. That's the bite right there. That's a beauty bite. That's my childhood right there.
Must be the luckiest man alive. Did I tell you, baby, you are the joy of my life?
Okay, so two things that I do every night before going to bed. It is 9:37 p.m. right now. We just put Nico down. I'm getting all my stuff laid out and set up for tomorrow morning. But first, I mix up 2 scoops of G1M Sport in a shaker bottle, and then I throw it in the fridge because as soon as I wake up and come out into the kitchen, I slam this shaker bottle right here. My 2 scoops of G1M Sport, and I let that digest for about 30 minutes before I go run. So that is step number 1. Step number 2, I mix up 1 scoop of Peak Sleep chocolate flavor. We're actually moving this product from powder over to a gummy formula in the next couple of months. So I'm going to slam this, go get ready for bed. I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.